Good morning, church. Oh, I feel some energy. I have a question, Reverend Bishop Pridgeon. Bishop. No, he's got the big title. You deserve it. Can I go before you next time? Because I mean, I have to give a lot of speeches, but I have to go after something like that. People are like, okay, we're just walking out the door now, because how do you top that? But as I think about the message, it is so powerful. I'm trying to process so much of what you said and how it affects my life as your governor. But also, I just come to church always with a heart full of gratitude and love, especially here. You have embraced me and lifted me up sometimes when life was a little harsh. You know, a few years ago, and I try not to remember it, but I lost an important seat in Congress. I loved that job. I thought I would never be able to do something as exciting and impactful for people as I was in Congress. And I came here right after I lost that election. And you embraced me, and you reminded me that perhaps God has another plan. Thank you, Bishop Pridgeon, for being the spiritual advisor I needed during the tough times and, of course, now during the good times. He is one of the leaders of a statewide leadership conference I put together of the top clergy in the state. So he is out there helping shape policy all across New York. So thank you for what you do here, but all across New York. Your son, Pastor Craig Pridgeon, has become a dear friend of mine as well. He's a wonderful family. I want to welcome them here as well, but also his passion for building housing and lifting up people and what we're doing is truly making a difference. I want to thank him for years of friendship. But speaking of years of friendship, there's a guy who's been my friend for about 45 years, married for 41. Give a round of applause to your very first gentleman, my husband, Bill Hochul, your former United States attorney who worked so hard with the violence disruptors and try to reduce crime and make sure that you could be safe again. So that is part of his legacy, but I cherish this man, and I just can never tell him enough how much I love him, and certainly in the presence of God, I want to do that today. And we signed up for another 41, so we're good. Also, Commissioner Timothy Hogues. I stole him out of Buffalo, but he is a champion of civil service. So I used to be able to give out jobs when I was county clerk. This guy has jobs across the whole state. So you want to get him on speed dial. You know somebody who needs a job, hard workers. Talk to our civil service commissioner as well. Also, it's funny about the word majority leader. How can one church produce like the most powerful people in the entire state? One church, majority leader, Crystal People, one church, Crystal People Stokes. I mean, been a friend of mine since she ran for Congress a long time ago. I think she's doing better off here because she influences the entire state. And I just love our friendship, Crystal, and everyone here. Your name is synonymous with doing really impactful things for a community that sometimes suffers a lot. And I understand that because I was there during the depths of the worst pain we could have endured on that fateful day in May of 2022. I'll never forget that. But I'll never forget how this community rose up and stood together. Oh, the resiliency, the strength, the determination to rebuild and never forget those whose lives were shattered on that day, but also to say we will come back stronger. And so we have been strongly investing into this community, over $50 million to the east side in the aftermath of that, for people to be able to fix up their homes and to be able to live where they want to live and just to give them the dignity of a roof over their heads. Since I've been governor, we've invested over $250 million in the east side of Buffalo alone. And just another $10 million this year as well. So I want to thank Majority Leader Crystal People Stokes for her leadership there, but also to have a majority leader who's got a beautiful voice, by the way, in the city council. Our city council member, Leah Holton Pope. I mean, my gosh. She must have a direct line to God with that voice. I mean, you want something done, I would just ask Leah. Beautiful. And Rashid Riot's here as well. So I really appreciate all the elected officials. But I was thinking about many things you said. If you just give me a couple minutes, I want to share what's in my heart. We are under siege, my friends. This country is under attack. And I think about what you're talking about, Bishop, about crashing out. And sometimes there's people who want us to crash out, to divide us. Right. And I'm pained to say this, but I actually believe there's someone sitting in the White House who wants us to crash out because he is taking away health care from our families. He's taking away food from our babies. He's eliminating education opportunities here in this country, the pathway out of your circumstances, like the reason my mom and dad could leave a trailer park minutes from here when my dad worked hard at the steel plant where his father and brothers worked. He got out of that circumstance because of an education. So I value that tremendously. But when we have people who want us divided, and even recently saying, no more vaccines, no more COVID shots, I have to stand up as the governor and say, I'm not letting the people of my state crash out. You're not going to divide us. We'll be stronger in the face of what you are doing to us, Mr. President. And don't underestimate a woman from Buffalo who gets really, and I'm not going to say the word, but I'm not going to say it. All right. Forgive me. Who gets really pissed off about what you're doing to my people, okay? Let me just put that out. That's okay. Well, okay. But I don't want to crash and burn over this guy. See, no, I don't want to crash out. So I'm going to get calm. Take a breath. I'm going to my calm, happy place. But it just makes your blood boil what they're doing to our people. So I'm going to do what I can as your governor. I'm going to fight like heck. But when they're taking more money out of your pockets, I mean, didn't they promise lower prices day one? Wasn't day one back in January? Didn't they promise lower utility prices day one? Any of your bills going down? I mean, this is the line that they fed us, and I'm keeping track of all the promises that have all been broken, and I have to clean up the mess. And women, we know how to clean up the mess, okay? Been doing this a lot, okay? So that's what I'm doing. You know, we're going to do COVID shots without a prescription because I want our children and our families to be safe. We're going to find a path to help people have their health care so we don't have to have our emergency rooms as the first place you go when you get a small illness, right? I mean, I love ECMC. We have great hospitals here. But come on. The system can't hold up under that weight. There are hospitals all across New York that end up closing because of these huge cuts in Medicaid. People will lose their health care jobs. And I don't want to see that happen. So I'm putting more money back in people's pockets, the largest middle-class tax cut rate in 70 years, an inflation rebate, because you all paid so much in inflation. We collected more in sales tax. I said, that's not my money, that's their money. You people across the state of New York, checks are coming out soon. Watch the mail, okay? Okay? Don't spend it all one day. Get something you really need, okay? Don't stop by the liquor store. Okay? Buy something for the kids. Buy them some food. Sometimes I have to stop by the liquor store too. I understand. It's all right. It's all right. But listen, the inflation rebate, the middle class tax cut, $1,000 tax credit for everyone who has a child under the age of 4. All your grandbabies, let's take care of the grandbabies that we know. $500 for older kids. We're putting up to $5,000 back in people's pockets. And also, because I'm a mom, New York's first mom governor, I don't want any child's tummy to be growling when they're in school. Free breakfast, free lunches for every child in the state of New York. These kids are going to learn, not sit there and be hungry. And speaking of our kids in schools, I actually want them to learn something while they're sitting there. I want them to pay attention to the teachers and not TikTok dance videos. No more cell phones in our schools. We're taking our kids back. We're taking our children back, letting them have a childhood again, letting our teachers be able to teach once and for all. So as a result of our policy this week, and I'll tell you, a lot of people didn't want to go there. Oh, no, you can't tell us what to do. Well, then do it yourself. Nobody did. Nobody did. So I said, I'll be the heavy. I'm a mom. I'm used to getting blamed for everything anyhow, right? So we did this, and I'm going to tell you, this is going to be one of the most impactful policies I ever could have done. It is bipartisan. How often do you hear that? Not very often. People support this. People understand that our kids deserve the best in life. And I now have 3 million school-age children in the state of New York that I know are going to be smarter than the kids in the other states because they're going to be learning. They're learning. And our teachers won't be so frustrated that they're trying to compete all day long. So I just wanted to come here and tell you, I have one more thing to say because you told this story about sons. And it brought back a feeling that I was having, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but about 4 weeks ago, we had a very serious diagnosis for our only son, and it was scary. He has a 3-year-old daughter, and everybody was just really worried. And we prayed a lot. My husband's here. We prayed a lot. We prayed so much. And he had some very serious surgery just a week ago, and the doctors told us that he's completely healed. That he's completely healed. And they call it a miracle. They call it a miracle. And I'm here to thank God for looking out for my little boy. So I know the power of prayer, my friends. God will listen to you. He listened to me in my time of great need and pain. And I want to thank all of you for being my friends, my hometown. I'm so proud of you. I brag about being from Buffalo all the time. And everybody knows my favorite football team. Go Bills! Let's bring it home, everybody. Go Bills. Thank you.